Definition of dynamics in music. In music, we use the word dynamics to describe the volume of music. But rather than using words like loud or soft, we use different Italian terms and symbols to describe the volume of piece. We group the musical terms for dynamics into two different categories. Number 1, static. Number 2, changing. Now we will look at the differences between these two types of dynamics. Static dynamics are musical instructions that teach us how to play the music at a certain volume that doesn't change. In other words, don't get louder or quieter. Play each note at the same volume as the last one. We use 3 Italian terms to describe static dynamics: piano, forte, and mezzo. Let's start off by looking at the piano, not the instrument. Piano. The first dynamic we'll look is piano, which is pronounced as piano. Piano is the word we use to describe quiet or softened music. When reading music, you will typically see a letter B, which is telling the musician to play this piece quietly. Forte. It is defined as the musical term for loud, and it comes from the Italian word for strong. Just like the piano, when forte is being used in a piece of music, we often see it indicate as the letter F. This means you will play it from this point loudly. Mezzo. The definition of mezzo is moderately or half. It is placed in the front of 2 dynamics, piano and forte, so you will get mezzo piano, which means moderately quiet, and mezzo forte, which means moderately loud. Again, this most of the time will get abbreviated to the first letter of each word, MP or MF. Pianissimo and fortissimo. We can also add the suffix "issimo", which is essentially meaning very until the end of piano and forte. We will just take off the last letter O from the piano and E from forte. This gives us pianissimo, which means very quiet, and fortissimo, which means very loud. Pianissimo and fortissimo. Not as common, but worth mentioning that we have very, very loud and very, very quiet dynamics. We just added an extra ISS to get pianissimo and fortissimo. Even more P's and F's. You unlikely to see the statics of dynamics other than these, but have been there composers who have used more PS and FS to make some extreme dynamics. Changing dynamics. The other type of dynamic markings you will see is changing dynamics. This is where the music isn't staying at one volume, but gradually or suddenly increasing or decreasing the volume. Crescendo. We use the Italian word crescendo, which means gradually get louder. It comes from the Italian word increasing. It is often abbreviated to cresce in the piece of music, but you can draw also a hairpin sign. Decrescendo and diminuendo. The opposite of crescendo is decrescendo, which means to gradually get quieter. It comes from the Italian word decreasing. It gets abbreviated to decrease, but you can also use a hairpin symbol pointing the other way. Music dynamic charts. Below is a list of all the music dynamics that you're likely to come across in a piece of the music, along with the symbols in the definition. Pianissimo or PPP, definition, very quiet. Pianissimo, PP, very quiet. Piano, P, quiet. Mezzo piano, MP, moderately quiet. Mezzo forte, moderate MF, moderately loud. Forte, F, loud. Fortissimo, FF, very loud. Fortissimo, F, 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 very, very loud. Crescendo, gradually getting higher. Decrescendo, gradually getting quieter. Now I am going to sing You Are My All in All.